Back in 1970, about one-third of Californians were children under age 10. Since then, there's been a steady decline in the state's birth rate. Now, researchers expect the number of children in the state to drop to just one-fifth of the population by 2030. Here with more on the possible pros and cons of a shrinking population is John Weeks, demographer at San Diego State University. John, thanks for being here. Before we get started, I want to put this in context. USC researchers' comparative analysis from the census data from 2000 to 2010, that decade long, showed that California had about 175,000 fewer children than we did a decade ago, making us third in numbers behind Michigan and New York for the biggest decline in children under age 10. Is San Diego County's population trending in the same way?
Yes, we are trending in the same way. The birth rate has dropped a bit. That's put a dent in the number of young people, and that is reflected in the SANDAG draft population projections. Those projections haven't been approved yet by the SANDAG Board of Directors, but that clearly has to be in those projections, that we have this dent that we assume will be a temporary dent in the young ages.
And it's the young ages because overall population in San Diego is expected to climb, correct?
Yes, we expect to add roughly 1 million more people between now and 2050, and the state will also continue to increase in population, but more slowly than in the past. And this little dent in the age structure will move its way through through time.
Let's talk about that a little bit more now. This USC report says that lower birth rates, some of the causes they said were that there were fewer women of childbearing age having children, and that was one of the significant reasons that they said this was. What drives population growth or decline?
Well, there are really three things, obviously: births, deaths, and migration. Deaths really haven't changed. Births have dropped in the state, especially among Hispanic women, and this is true throughout the United States, that Hispanic women tended to have the highest levels of fertility, and that gave them the greatest flexibility, I suppose you might say, to drop the number of children in the face of the economic uncertainty that we've been facing over the past few years. Plus, it was the case that Latina women in the United States were having more children on average than women in Mexico. And so over time, those cultures kind of, I think, are merging in people's minds. So I don't expect us ever to go back to the days of very high Latina fertility in this country.
Absolutely. And the other drivers you were kind of touching on is economic.
Well, yes, migration, and that's related to economics, because in California and in San Diego, this is true too. We send more people out to other states than we get back from other states. Were it not for international migration, people coming from other countries, especially from Mexico, obviously, the population would be much slower in growing than it currently is.
3 states in the report, Utah, Nevada, and Idaho, top the list for having the biggest increase, around 25% over the last decade in children. Is that just a numbers type of situation, or do you think there's something particular about?
Well, that's the Mormon population driving that in all 3 of those states.
Okay. All right. Advocates for population stabilization may argue that in a world of 7 billion people, with many of us living longer than before, that a decline in population isn't a bad thing. It might improve our economy or improve our environment. Do you think that's true?
Well, I think for the world as a whole, yes, absolutely. I mean, we are on track right now, even with declining birth rates around the world. We're still on track to add at least another 2, probably another 3 billion people to the world's population between now and the middle of this century. That can't be good for the planet. On the other hand, what we're talking about here is redistribution of population. We're talking about taking people who were born somewhere else, moving them here, or people here and moving to other states. So that's a redistribution issue.
And I understand the social and economic impact on the children here. Each newborn will carry a heavier burden to do that if they're a smaller population compared to the senior population.
Well, yes, and of course that's true throughout the country. This is not a California problem. It's not a San Diego problem. This is a national problem. It's in fact a problem of all of the rich countries, because all of the rich countries had baby booms after World War II. Those baby boomers are now older people, and they and their children have been having fewer children on average. and it's only the immigrants who are able really to fill in the gaps in the young age structure.
Well, much more to come on this. I'm sure we are out of time, so Professor John Weeks, thanks so much for talking with us.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you.